Spend my days writing letters. I spend my evenings singing songs.
Hi everyone, so I'm going to be starting out this tutorial right away. I'm going to be doing half of my face how I would normally do my makeup, and then I'm going to do the other half of my face making some mistakes that we've all made in the past while using makeup. First, I'm applying a primer all over the left side of my face, but since you guys are viewing it as the right side, I'm just going to call it the right side since it is technically the right side on how you should do your makeup. But yeah, I'm just going to be applying this on the one side because I really think a foundation primer is super important in keeping your makeup on and lasting all day. I always see a ton of people asking how to choose your right foundation shade, and if you have a tan or if you're a little bit lighter, of course that's going to change. What I recommend doing is using the testers and getting it close to the color that's right on your hand. You don't want to do anything too dark because you can always use a bronzer to darken up your face, so I always like to get something maybe a little bit lighter than my skin tone, and then again with the contouring and the bronzer, it really darkens up your face and it gives it a really natural look. So once you've found your correct foundation shade, you just want to apply it all over your face, and this one is number 320, and one thing that I notice is that my color goes all the way up to 330 when I do have a tan, so that is why I do have both shades. Another tip that I have is to always bring your foundation down to your neck. I think that is one of the biggest pet peeves I have, when you don't blend everything onto your neck and you have like a really tan face and then a white neck. It just ruins all the hard work that you had done. So please remember this one tip because it is important. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like to put the wrong shade of foundation. I think one of the problems that most people have is picking out a color that is not right for them, as I had just previously stated. But you will notice that the foundation, if it doesn't match your skin tone right away, you'll notice that your neck is a complete different color. So beware of this and make sure not to get anything too dark for your face. So now moving on to brows. The new pomades are huge this year, but I keep seeing a lot of people maybe applying too much of it. If you are using the pomade, a little bit goes a long way. You just have to apply a tiny bit on your brush, and this is really to outline your brows and give them a fuller shape. And then what I like to do is take a powder to fill it in so it's a little bit darker. I love big brows, so I am not against big brows, or if you like really shapely brows. However you prefer, the shape is completely fine. But again, you want them to be natural. You don't want them to look like you just used a Sharpie marker over your eyebrows. So just keep trying until you find the right color, and I promise you will find it. For this side of the eyebrow, I'm using the pomade in the color Ebony, and I'm just overly drawing my eyebrows and making them more square. And I'm not hating if you have this type of eyebrow, because on some people it really does look good, but it's when it's completely penciled in and it doesn't look natural, that's when it looks crazy. And I have old pictures where I used to do my eyebrows like this, so I have been there. We all have to do it just to learn our lesson, and I finally did, and I think I found the right color for my brows. I know a lot of people disagree and still think my eyebrows are too thick, but I love big brows, always have, and I always will. Next, I wanted to talk about contouring, because I think contouring your nose and your face the right way can really accentuate your features. And I know a lot of people have said my nose has looked smaller, and I think along with my weight loss, the contouring really does help. I will show you on the other side how I used to do my face, where I would just apply bronzer on the sides of my face, which really darkened all the shadows around my nose, which in turn made it look bigger. So contouring your face with the right color can really accentuate your features and make your nose appear smaller. So if you decide to contour, you have to highlight as well. And when I contour and highlight, I recommend not only applying your concealer under your eyes, as most people do, but also on the sides of your nose. And the reason to do this is it's really gonna brighten up your face, and it's gonna help set the concealer apart from the darker concealer. So it's gonna give it more dimension and make, again, your nose appear smaller and your face just appear a lot brighter. If you've seen my other contour and highlight videos, I go more in depth with all of this, but I also highlight on the bridge of my nose, in between my brows, around my lips, and on my chin. Then to set the concealer, I'm going to be using a loose powder, and that is just going to give it a really flawless look. So as you can see, since I lighten the shadows on the sides of my nose, it does make it appear a lot smaller. So that is the goal we were looking for in a perfect highlighting contour. So now for this side of the face, we're not going to be contouring at all, but I'm just going to be applying a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes, and I think that's one of the worst things you can do because it's going to look like a white circle right around your eyes, and then if you have any darker shadows on your nose, it's just going to throw it all off. Next up for bronzer, I just like to apply it right on my cheekbones, around the sides of my forehead, also on my chin, and also bring it down to your neck. You only need a little bit of bronzer. A little bit goes a long way, so don't go bronzer happy and apply it all over your face because it's all about highlighting and contouring in the right parts of your face to give your face that flawless finish. An important step you can't forget is to blend everything in, and I like to just use my foundation brush. That way there's no sharp lines. For this side of my face, I'm going to be applying my bronzer all over my cheeks and under my eyes and on the sides of my nose, and I'm going to make it look really muddy. And this is always how I used to apply my bronzer, like in the end of middle school and the beginning of high school. And I cannot tell you what I was thinking, but if you were tan, that was the best, and I just wanted to be as tan as possible. And of course, you got to forget to add the bronzer to your neck so you have that nice sharp line. For blush, again with the motto that a little bit goes a long way, I just like to apply a little bit right over where the bronzer was and just to give it a little bit of a glow. And for the other side of my face, we're just going to load that blush on and give it a nice pink circle. And obviously I'm being super dramatic with this, but I just wanted to show you guys the difference and show you how if you do apply it the right way, it can really accentuate your features. I'm going to fast forward through the eyes a bit because this part is just me being super dramatic on how makeup should look. If you are going to try to smoky eye, there are certain ways to do it. I wouldn't apply the black so far up towards your brows. I would keep it as natural as possible, and you can really achieve that by using a larger shader brush. So on the right side of my face, I'm going to apply a makeup look that I normally would do, and then on the left side, I'm just making a mess of myself. While applying mascara, I know a lot of people don't like the clumpy lashes. That is something I like, so in my makeup book, that is something I would include, that clumpy lashes are awesome, but of course, everyone thinks differently. And another pet peeve that I actually have is when you don't apply mascara to the bottom lashes. Now, that just may be me, but I really think applying mascara to the bottom lashes really finishes off a look. So my one tip I have for you when applying your lip liner is to just not overdraw your lips too much. We've all done it and we all do it to make our lips appear larger, but there is a line and we should never cross it. So here on the left side, I'm going to show you how you should not overdraw your lips because it looks too fake and it's so obvious, and just overdrawing them a little bit will really give it a fuller look. You don't have to go overboard. So this is the final result. As you can see, there is a huge difference, and these are all just simple little tips and mistakes that we've all made in the past and that we can fix for the future. So I hope maybe you learned something new. If not, and you know someone that may need to learn some of these tricks, send them this video because we're not trying to be mean here at all. We just want to help other girls out and help our friends out to realize that there are certain ways that you can do your makeup to really accentuate your features. I hope this video helped, and I hope maybe you learned something new. I love you guys so much, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.
I used to walk in New York City. We'd watch the sunrise east of Tompkins